Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous hen. I want to show you how to do this today. It's a fun one. Today I'm going to make some Cornish hens for you. This is going to be a smoked Cornish hen. I'm not going to use my smoker. Don't worry, we're not pulling out anything special. We're going to do this on a gas grill. And yes, I said smoked. Yes, we are using real wood chips or chunks, whatever you want to call them. We are going to be smoking these little birds and then cooking them up right there in that same grill. And we're going to end up with some juicy, beautiful Cornish hens. I'm also going to teach you how to tie these things, how to truss them up the right way so that certain parts of the bird don't dry out as you're cooking. You get good even cooking. The other thing I want to do for you today, this is going to have a lemon glaze with it. So we're going to make a very simple brush-on lemon glaze that the birds get finished out with. And that's just a sharp note, a little bit of acid on the outside of the bird that combines with the rest of the meat and sets it off and makes it so very, very good. Much in the same way that the orange sauce works on an orange duck. So this will work out great. Let's break these things out of their bags and I'll show you how to truss a chicken. Come on. Now folks, I'm getting ready to truss this chicken. As far as seasoning this bird to put it out to be smoked, okay? The smoke is really our seasoning, okay? But it's going to be bland if you don't put some salt on there. So salt your bird. If you want to add some pepper or chili rub, do that. But remember, we're doing the lemon glaze at the end. So when it comes to trussing one of these birds, in the center of the string, simply tie the string around one leg and just a simple, knot, loop knot, just like you would do shoes. And then go to the other leg, tie it. And once they're tied off, let me show you real quick. Pull the string through, pull that leg over. See, once these two are tied off, that pulls them together so that they're touching the breast, but they're still kind of loose, and it would be best if we can contain that some. So I'm going to double knot this, number one. Go, come on. And then the next thing I want to do is we're going to finish trussing the bird, and that means running these in between the thigh and the breast, okay, just like so. Oh, excuse me, in between that the leg and the breast, my apologies, and over the wing. See there how we go straight over the top of that wing? When you flip your bird over, here are the strings. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull the strings up, and what that's going to do, let me show you here, you know how these are kind of loose? When you pull those two strings up, boom, it pulls those legs in, tucks them right into the body, and pulls them right up to this point. And that's what's going to happen to us here. So we're going to pass that just like so. There. Flip that bird over. Bring it up. Now on the wings, you see there? And by the way, this is a 2-foot piece of string, perfect for a small bird. You may need 3 foot or larger for a big bird. Once you've tied that string once like that, go ahead and just double knot it. Boom. Double knotted. You can leave the string or cut the string off either way. Either method works. I like to be a little neat about it. And there we have it. Now for the most part, this guy is all finished up and done. We have one other thing to do to it though. See those wings? See how they're just kind of flopping around? You can leave them like this, but they're going to get burned and dark. Snip them off after they're cooked using cooking shears, but you can tuck them also around the back, just like that, just like that. There we go. And those wings are tucked, they're back, and the display of the bird is much cleaner this way, much nicer all the way around. So we have our bird ready to go out on the smoke. All I need to do is add a little salt to this, and then we'll get it out on a pan that's raised in some smoke. Folks, when it comes to seasoning that bird, don't go crazy with it, all right? Remember, your flavor is going to be in the smoking of the meat, all right? The smoke flavor. But when you're cooking it, try to get the bird up off of the pan if possible. So use some sort of a pan rack to lift it up. Use some water down in there, and when I salt it, I will salt the bird evenly from the backside first and get the sides, then set it in the pan and then do the top. That way I can get all of the birds evenly seasoned, all right? Do it that way. Recipe version. This is for what we're doing to make our smoke. Now folks, you got yourself your gas grill, and a lot of gas grills are multi-burner, and this is no exception. This one's a 3-burner, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one burner, this one on the left, up and running, and I'm going to have my wood chips in foil on this burner. Okay, so I'll just open a sheet of foil, put a few wood chips in the middle of it, roll it up, poke 1 or 2 holes in it, and just set it right on top of this grate right here. Now over on this side is where I'm going to put my pan with all of my chicken, okay? So I can just slide it right over here. It'll set on this side and be perfectly fine. That smoke will come up, the heat will circulate in this. We will be cooking our birds and getting it good smoke as well. That's all you have to do. And any kind of wood you'd like, I'm going to use mesquite. I like that flavor. It's really good, and it's a real Texas flavor too. Part of our chicken recipe today is finishing off the bird with a lemon glaze. We're going to start the lemon glaze when we start the birds because this takes a little time. Not a lot of time, a little time. The idea here is I want to concentrate this lemon juice. This is just straight out of the bottle lemon juice. I've got sugar here. This is a half a cup of sugar that I'm sure I don't need all of. And over here I have some salt, and I only want a pinch of salt, up to half a teaspoon at the most. Maybe a quarter teaspoon is better. Combine those. When you're stirring your sugar in, taste it, and when you have about the consistency of a really tart lemonade, but it's good and sweet still, go with that and then cook it down. Remember, you're concentrating this, and we're going to cook it down to about a quarter of a cup of liquid that we'll use as a simple glaze. Well, here we go. I have my foil packet here. This is just about 275 degrees in here. These are just coming up in temperature. You can see them starting to sweat a little bit. As these cook, we will occasionally come out with a little bit of oil, drizzle the oil over the top of the bird, gently brush that oil over the bird, and what this does is the exact same thing that a mop sauce does, all right? We're just doing it without the mop sauce. Remember, this is grilling, a little bit different. It's like using your grill as a smoker, and this is how we smoke in a smoker, is adding oil or fat to the outside of our meat to help it remain moist as we cook it. So as you can see now, this glaze, this lemon glaze, is cooked down beautifully. I have maybe a half a cup there. Of course, yes, it's a little darker, and that's going to happen. Don't worry about that. The flavor is there. I've tasted it spot on. If you've ever had a lemon drop candy, that's exactly what that tastes like. It's intense, and that's exactly what I'm looking for my chicken right there. Well, I have this. It's almost finished up. I've been glazing my chicken. I gave it 2 coats. It's out there firming up now in the heat. What I'm going to do here is heat up this pan. I'm going to get it nice and hot, and I'm going to use this for pan searing these wonderful pimentos. Wonderful, wonderful tasting chili, and I'm looking forward to these on the plate. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pan sear them with a little bit of olive oil. We're going to add some salt to that and just keep it simple. Sometimes, folks, the KISS method is the best way to go, and this is one of those times. I wanted to do a little cut-in video real quick. Just tell you about these little pimentos that were sent to me. You know, sometimes folks do nice things for me, and these are some people in Virginia that really need to be considered. New company, they're getting started. They've got some really cool stuff. There's a few of their products that I'm really interested in trying out. I think they have a no-heat habanero, and I'm really interested in finding out about that and working with it. This one is going to be pimento. We're doing the pimentos today, and this is Otis Acres Farm. Actually, it reads Otis Acres Micro Farm, peppers mild to wild for every taste. Hank, Louise, and Henry Kaiser, growers and processors. And these folks are in Flat Rock Road on Alberta, Virginia. It's 1290 Flat Rock Road, and they've got their site online. That is Otis Acres Farm, www.otisacres.farm. Give that a look, and let's do a close-up on that card too. Cool peppers. This, some folks I think that need a little bit of business. Folks are trying to get things off the ground these days. It's really hard with the whole, the whole situation that we're all in. So if you would, consider them if you have the ability to do so. Give them some business and help these people get their business up and running in a time that's really hard. Now, back to what we're making. Come on. I have to admit, been enjoying myself a little too much here. Fantastic, fantastic bird. You're gonna love it when you make this recipe. The acid in that glaze is a perfect offset for this wonderful smoky chicken. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like it a lot. So simple to make, and you can do it on the average grill. Folks, thank you very much for watching, and if you would, please take a look right down here in that description box. That's where you're gonna find my channel. That's where you're gonna find my website. Website is S.A.Trotter.com. That's where I sell my recipes, my shirts, my prints, all of that stuff. Take a look. Neat stuff there. Take a look at my channel. Thank you very much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And please have a good day. Bye-bye. Yeah.